Shalom and welcome to this 36th part of our short Bible study series. And today we're going to look at the question of poverty and the nature of love that takes care of the poor. To introduce this, let me read to you a short passage from Jeremiah chapter 7, verses 5 to 6. If you really change your ways and your actions, and deal with each other justly, if you do not oppress the alien, the fatherless or the widow, and do not shed innocent blood in this place, and if you do not follow other gods to your own harm, then I will let you live in this place, in the land I gave your forefathers, forever and ever. Did you know that every day 35,000 people approximately die of hunger? And each year, millions more die from disease, crime, and other social problems associated with poverty. These are staggering figures if you think about them, and they can easily be dismissed because we're too busy to consider them. But Yahweh knows that every statistic has a face and a name. Let me give you an example of a fellow called Walid. He was the malnourished son of Kurdish refugees. Jose, who was born with a disfigured face. Lily, whose alcoholic husband left her penniless. Do we have a responsibility to respond to people such as these? If we believe in the commandments of the Bible and the example of Yah'shua the Messiah, then of course our answer has to be yes. The scriptures abound with mandates to help the poor, the widows, and the aliens. In fact, as believers, we're given the commandment to tithe. And what most believers are not aware is the fact that the tithing was to be divided into three parts. It's not the way it's used in so many churches and messianic assemblies today. The 10% of our income is not just to be handed over to ministries. And Yahweh specifically commands in the Torah that 1/3 of the tithe is to be given to the poor, 1/3 is to be saved so that believers can attend the annual festivals, and the remaining third is to be used to support the ministers in the ministry. So we have an obligation to devote at least 3.3% of our income to helping the poor as the Ruach or the Spirit leads us to do so. Yah'shua himself modeled a deep concern for the needy in his ministry. He didn't just teach them, he healed them, he fed them, and he comforted them in distress. And he challenged us to go and do likewise. He commands us to love our neighbors because he loves them. Even the poorest among us are people created in his image. For some of us, serving the needy may be the only way we can truly understand and identify with certain aspects of Yahweh's character, his heart of love, mercy, and compassion. Acts of service also open the hearts of some needy people to Yahweh's liberating message of redemption. When we reach out with love and kindness, they may sense for the first time that Yahweh actually cares for them. When we abandon this responsibility, their physical needs may be met, but they rarely receive the love that satisfies their deepest needs. Now, of course, reaching out isn't easy. Many of us detach ourselves emotionally from the poor, so we won't feel obligated to take on their problems. We look away when a beggar approaches us, or when we see a child sleeping on the street. We turn off news reports of weeping refugees. We do not want to see their faces or feel their pain. Or perhaps we simply don't know what to do. Yet Yahweh wants us to intercede for the poor, and there are many different ways in which we can do that. Sometimes that just involves helping the neighbor next door, but it also may mean helping someone across the sea. A Belgian priest named Father Damien crossed the Pacific Ocean to love and serve those afflicted with leprosy who were exiled on the island of Molokai. Perhaps some of you have heard of him. Initially, the people mistrusted him, but Father Damien understood that the lepers were created in Elohim's image. And because of that reality, he saw through their mistrust to their pain. So he lived with them, worked with them, and then after many years suffered with them after he himself contracted leprosy. As one afflicted, yet committed to loving Elohim, he was able to be an instrument through which the people could see and receive Yahweh's love. Father Damien was simply modeling the values and principles of Yah'shua the Messiah. As Yah'shua taught and healed in the marketplaces, he showed a balanced concern for the spiritual and physical needs of the people. Can we do less? Can we turn away from the alcoholic, the AIDS patient, or the homeless, and still say that we love Elohim? His love doesn't look away. How can we? So perhaps the first place we can start is by asking Yahweh, what do you want me to do with the 1/3 of the 10% tithe which you have commanded me to dedicate to you? Which poor should I serve? We as a family, we collect tithes and we set aside money specifically for this, and we will pray together as a family and we'll ask Yahweh where he wants the money to go. And over the years, we've sent it to all kinds of different places, from orphanages in India to needy people in Africa. So that's the first thing to do. Decide through prayer where Yahweh is leading you to use your 3.3% tithe. And then ask him if there's anything you can specifically do, physically speaking, in your locality. It may be he wants you simply to support a work abroad, in which case do that. But just simply listen to the Ruach as a family and respond to the leadings of the Ruach. And you will not only bless, you yourself will be blessed. And God will bless you for the rest of your day.